Before and after pseudo elements are a lot like inline HTML elements, but we don't have to write any HTML for these. So we can target certain things on our page, and we can basically add more HTML, or at least add fake HTML, and then add a bunch of styling to it. So we don't actually have to modify our HTML at all. So a good example of this is a box. And if I go back to my browser, this is what the box looks like. It's center of the page. It has a black border. It's just a 300 by 300 pixel box. Now, what we can say is select that box, and then before, we can do all sorts of stuff to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add some content. This uses the content property, and typically we just add an empty space in there, and that just tells the browser, hey, look, there's supposed to be an element in here, and you know, like when you write an empty div, it doesn't show up on your page. Same thing, but we're going to add a space, and that makes sure it does show up on the page. Then we can do a display. So we can say display block, and then we can give a border of 10 pixels, solid, red. And let's see what this looks like so far. This is not going to be perfect, but it's going to be pretty close. And at this point, actually, as soon as I refresh this page, we're going to see, yep, so we have something in there. That's cool. And we can actually go into our inspect element here and select it. We can do all sorts of stuff with it. We can now actually edit this CSS right in our developer tools. Let's go ahead and give this a width of 100%. Let's see what this does. And at this point, we're just going to experiment. You can see that it gives it a width of 100%. And it's bulging out because of the borders, the black borders, that is. Let's say we want to give it a height. 100%. Let's see if this is honored as well. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's say we wanted to move this. So let's get into some positioning. Let's do position relative on the entire box itself. But then in the before pseudo element, this fake element that doesn't actually exist on the page, there's no HTML here. We can't edit the HTML. We can say, let's move this. So let's move this to the top right. And so we can say position absolute. And we know that this is going to work because its parent selector is using position relative. Its parent element is using position relative. We do position absolute. Let's do top minus 10 pixels, and let's do left minus 10 pixels. And we're going to see this sort of bumps up here. Oh, actually, that's because we have borders in there. Yep, 10 pixels solid red border, so we just overlapped it. Let's go ahead and do 30 instead. There we go. Now you can actually see that this before is on top of this black border. And a better example of this is if I do background color is equal to black on the box, not the pseudo element before. We can see that the red is outlined on top of it. Now, if we wanted to change that, we absolutely could. We could do, and this is part of positioning, we could say Z index -1. And that layers it behind. Now, likewise, we can do the same thing, but with after. So every element can have a before and after. We can do box, colon, after. And we're going to select this box, but we're going to create an after element instead of a before element. Let's go ahead and copy most of this stuff. It's going to be very, very similar. We could actually group these selectors together if we wanted to. Let's change this from solid red to solid blue. And instead of top, let's do bottom and right. And let's see how this turns out for us. It's not going to be exactly what you expect, but it's going to show something, and we can adjust from there. Okay, cool. So we have these on top, these before and after elements, and they're behind. Let's go ahead and get rid of that Z index, or we can make it a positive Z index of like 1 or let's say 10. And that just layers it on top. So now we have this nice little layering. What happens if we get rid of bottom and right? Okay, so right after the element, it's going to be right inside. You can actually see that there's this border here, this black border, that 10 pixel border. It's right on the inside. What if we said top and left are the same as the before. It moves it exactly where we expect it to go. So now as one more example, let's go ahead and get rid of this top left. Let's go get rid of this top left. And these are going to be the exact same. We can't actually see these anymore, but we can select them. So we have a before, and we can say before is going to be top minus 30 pixels and left. And I'll just move that up in the video here. Minus 30 pixels. Okay. And we can select the after, and we can do the same thing, but different. Bottom, minus 30 pixels. Right, minus 30 pixels. And that just gives us this nice little layering effect. Now let's look at a real world example. This is really, really cool, but this is not really a real world example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an HR in here, just a horizontal rule, and I'm going to create a new link. So an A element, it's not going to go anywhere, and give this a border. Let's go ahead and put some lorem in here as well, and throw this right in the center. And so that undid my stuff up there. That's totally okay. And when I zoom in here, I'm going to zoom in real good here. I'm going to zoom in at 200%. Let's say we want to give this a border. Let's get rid of this default styling, and let's give this a proper border. And when you hover over it, the border gets bigger. So what we can do is we can select our A element, say text decoration, none. Let's do just nothing in there. Let's change the color to black. And let's see what this looks like. Okay, cool, it fits in. You see it's a link. It fits in, we can't tell it's a link until we hover over it. What we can do now is we can say, hey, A element, before, let's do content with a space. Width is equal to 100%. Height is equal to, let's say, 4 pixels. This gives us a background color. And I'll just move that up into the center of the video. The background color is going to be blue. And let's see what this looks like. Nothing yet. Why is that? Well, we need to give this a position. So let's do, on our main element here, position relative. And then on the before, let's do position absolute. Bottom 0, left 0, has a width of 100%, so this should now show up for us. There we go. So that doesn't actually look very good at all. And that's not really the point here. The point is to show you that we can give this a border. Now this is no different than border bottom, what did we say here? 4 pixels, solid blue. But now on hover, we can start to mix and match these. We can say a hover before, and let's change that height to 14 pixels. Give that a refresh, and look at that. Now it covers the text. You can't actually see the text in there anymore. And instead what we can do is say, always be below the text, be underneath it, like we're layering a piece of paper on top of another piece of paper. So we can say index is going to be -1. By default, all Z indexes or Z indexes are at 0. We're going to say, throw this just behind this text. And now, bam. Well, we still can't really see that, so let's change that from blue to yellow. There we go. That's looking a little better. That's still very hard to see in the video. Let's do red. That's a lot better. And so now we have this pseudo element using a hover state, and we're actually modifying this element itself. So if we go in here and expand our A, we can see that there's a before. And another cool thing we can do is we can click that ... that ellipsis, and we can do for state hover. And that hovers this state for us as if we put our mouse over it permanently. And then we can click this before, and we can see what's going on in here, including the A selector using a hover pseudo class using a before pseudo element. Now, what I would like you to do is give this a shot. This is very, very important because this is part of advanced CSS. We are getting into the meaty parts of CSS. So give this a shot. Try creating a link, try creating boxes with before and after elements.